Hey everybody, welcome back to the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. My name is Scott. If you're new to this channel and you're looking for reviews of different whiskeys such as bourbons, ryes, American style whiskeys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also make sure to hit the bell notification. That's going to simply alert you to when I'm doing new uploads, live streams, things along those lines. Also, if you're already a supporter of the channel and subscribe to the channel, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate all of your support. So today from Sagamore Spirit out of Baltimore, Maryland, we've got their straight rye whiskey finished in port barrels. But before we get into the review, roll that intro. All right, so from Sagamore Spirit, again, out of Baltimore, Maryland, we have their straight rye whiskey finished in port barrels. So like I try to do really with all of my reviews is we'll go through, again, the appearance, we'll nose it, we'll taste it, we'll get to the finish part of it, and then we'll kind of just go through any general information regarding the spirit or my channel itself. So why don't we go ahead and we'll kind of get into the review. Well, before we do that, so here's a little bit of information regarding, again, Sagamore Spirit out of Baltimore, Maryland. So again, this is their straight rye whiskey finished in port barrels. Mash bill on this, undisclosed, proof, 101 proof or 50.5% ABV. No age statement on this. MSRP right around that $75 range. And I do have to say thank you to Dan Trout, who is one of the Patreon supporters who was gracious to provide me with this bottle to do the review of. So thank you very much to Dan Trout. So anyway, let's go ahead and we'll kind of get into the review. So as you can see, and this is a really, really nice dark copper, probably really influenced by the finishing part of it, you know, being in those port barrels, you know, dark kind of mahogany brownish type of color. So, all right, let's get into the nose on this one. Oh, boy, so right away you're hit with a lot of those like kind of dark fruit notes. That rye is there for sure. A little bit of that spearmint note kind of coming through. A little bit of vanilla kind of coming through. That kind of a candy sweetness on the nose is there. Again, really, really nice kind of like mint kind of coming through on that. Even a bit of a chocolate note as well kind of coming through. You know, and again, those dark fruits really wanting to come through. That strong barrel influence from the port is really kind of coming through. Dark fruits like the plums, raisin. That cherry, yeah, really, really fantastic nose on this. So I'm a big fan of port finished whiskeys in general. I really like what port does, you know, to whether it's a bourbon or a rye whiskey. But I really like what port kind of influences on the whiskey. So all right, let's give this a try. Cheers. So again, initially a little bit of heat, but we'll take another sip. We'll kind of get past all of that right away. Then we can really get into the overall flavor profiles of it. So right away, that mint is really wanting to come through. That rye spice kind of really hits you, you know, right in the chest. Nice amount of heat, 101 proof. Lets you know there's a little something to it. That barrel influence is really kind of coming through, you know, specifically from the port. Now, whether you'd pick out whether or not it'd be specifically port, I don't know. But it's really I guess the more you drink things that have that port influence, you kind of know what that imparts on a whiskey, and it is doing exactly that. There's a little bit of that dryness that's there to it. Yeah, heavy on the dark fruits. Kind of an undertone of a vanilla that's there as well. But again, that really nice rye spice is there. Really good proof. Coats the mouth extremely well. You know, and when I say coating the mouth, it's really kind of coating everything. You get this little bit of like a tingle that's there in your mouth. Covers really everywhere from the front to the back of the palate. Finish wise, I'd say, again, it's a little bit on the dry side, but you know, port specifically does have a tendency to want to, you know, dry out the palate a little bit. Very similar to like what a port wine will do. It's sweet, but still a little bit dry at the same time. Full of flavor. I mean, it's a lot of different things going on. Again, those dark fruits, that vanilla, fantastic rye spice to it. Again, a little bit dry. That mint kind of really wants to come through, but the way it coats and really just kind of develops, you know, in your mouth is fantastic. I think it's everything that somebody who enjoys a full-bodied or full-flavored whiskey is really kind of looking for. Just that overall feel, I mean, it's fantastic. It's just a really nice, well-balanced, well-put-together, you know, port-finished rye whiskey. I think they've done a really, really nice job with that. So one other little bit of information on this. So this was a rye that was finished in 59-gallon, you know, port barrels for upwards of 6 months. So it does have that influence. I mean, it's really wanting to. I mean, that's a nice amount of time to really start to draw some influence from those wine barrels. Really, really nice job. I mean, I would highly recommend, you know, if you're a fan of finished, you know, rye whiskeys, this may, especially port finished rye whiskeys, this may be, you know, a home run for you. So I would highly recommend this Sagamore Spirit straight rye whiskey finished in port barrels. So anyway, so again, finish wise on this, absolutely fantastic, full-bodied, nice long finish, coats the mouth really well. I can't say you know, really enough about this rye whiskey. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it just makes you get a little bit of a dill kind of coming through as well. So that last sip got a little bit of dill from it as well. But so anyway, like, subscribe. Hopefully you'll subscribe to the channel. Leave comments. Really appreciate all the feedback that I get through the comment section. If you're interested in contributing or supporting the channel, you can through the Patreon page, which I'll have linked again in the description below. So you can find me on Instagram at My Bourbon Journey. You can find me on Twitter, basically at My Bourbon Journey as well. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and like I say, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.